Hey guys, I'm sitting here out on my forest walk. It's a winter day here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's been a minute since I've just come on YouTube and had like a heart-to-heart talk. I've mostly just been posting my podcast, brand new podcast called Earth Intuitive. Check it out anywhere where you have podcasts, link is below. But I wanted to hop on here to just kind of check in, take a little pulse about this brand new Lunar New Year that we're in. So I see the New Year in three parts. We have the Gregorian New Year, which is the popular January 1st, which doesn't really make a lot of sense as it's the dead of winter. Then we have the Lunar New Year, which makes a lot more sense, and that is what we just went through February 17th. We are now in the year of the horse after a long year in the snake. And then we have the astrological New Year, which comes late March for Aries season. So we are still navigating some endings right now. And I wanted to just share, I don't know about you guys, but I've had one of the most intense months. My January was incredibly intense. I was dealing with some chronic health stuff and just really showed up in so many different areas of my life and had a lot of missed sleep and worked through a lot. And I feel like I'm closing the chapter on that, and I'm all healthy and I'm all good and I'm so grateful. And the moment that chapter is closing, which is about now, there's other things that are still popping up, which is just the nature of life. Like there's always something we're navigating. There's always something that we're moving through. That's just the nature of being a human being. And we have seasons where maybe things are really smooth, and we have seasons where there's a lot of intensity. If you've been feeling the intensity or a lot of change or uncertainty, I want you to hear this message. And that is, we are waking up from a big storm and we're finally putting the pieces back together. I was journaling this morning and I just saw this image of like a stormy sea, and we're waking up from maybe a big hurricane the day before. There was a lot of clamor in the night, danger, a lot of damage. And so we're sort of waking up in this new morning, kind of just assessing where we have landed, what happened in our yard, what debris are we finding around our yard. Is there any damage to the house? You know, what happened to our neighbors? Maybe there's animals that have been misplaced. And we don't just wake up and have everything be perfectly sunny and happy and magical and a perfectly manicured, corrected lawn. Things are kind of a mess, right? We finally were waiting for this big storm to pass through. It finally passed through. And now we're picking up the pieces on the other side of that. So here's just kind of my pulse and my take on this is to give yourself time to move slower than you think you need to start this year of the fire horse treading lightly and from a grounded place. Now, remember, we're also in an eclipse period. We had our eclipse, I believe it was the day of the Lunar New Year. We had our solar eclipse and we have a lunar eclipse coming in March 3rd. So we're in this liminal space once again. It doesn't mean you need to pause your life, of course, just follow your intuition, but it does mean you are allowed to take your time. You're allowed to follow your own rhythm. We don't need to just, have like a shotgun wedding type of energy, like all speed ahead. Let's go into the year of the horse. And we may be feeling that energetically in certain areas of our life. I'm certainly feeling a lot of fire in my energy, but I'm sort of titrating it with a lot of groundedness and space and checking in with my body, checking in with my heart, turning back to my rituals and my routines. I've been loving journaling lately and visioning and just being really grounded. These forest walks are so needed, not just 5 minutes If I can, I do an hour when I can, not every day, but when I can, it makes such a huge difference. And just reminding us all to take a beat, take a pause. The card that I pulled for my school community for this Lunar New Year was the Knight of Cups, and it's a very slower moving, gentle moving card. The horse was really prominent in the card, so the horse is there, but the horse is deeply intuitive and deeply feeling, and horses don't always run really fast all the time, right? You have to, when you're working with a horse, I haven't really worked with horses much, but I would love to in the future. I know that there's an element of trust there, and it takes time and care and trust and slowness and safety to have that relationship with the horse. So that's what we're doing. We are meeting the horse now, and we are creating a beautiful relationship with it slowly and over time. That's gentle and compassionate and heart-centered. This is where we need to be in order to stay grounded and focused and to walk through this journey with grace and ease, is to take our time, to assess where we are now, to assess what needs to be tended to in our lives. You know, there may be some awakenings of some endings in your life, or some changes you need to make, or some boundaries you need to set. That's been really coming up a lot in my world and my family's boundaries. And so take a breath, give yourself time, allow yourself to slow down and feel into these eclipse energies that we're in, to vision what you truly want, and to make the necessary decisions and actions to get there. And that's it for now. I am just sending you guys all so much love. If you've been feeling it, if you are a deeply sensitive, feeling woman who wants community and free holistic health education, I invite you to join my free school community. The link is in the bio. I've got a lot of free courses on Ayurveda, nourishing your nervous system in there. We do weekly mini tarot readings together. There's also other items in there for purchase. Would love to have you in there. No pressure to buy anything. And we do free monthly free calls as well to tune into the energies and to just gather as women, share what's on our hearts. So I'm sending you all my love, and until next time.